straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Left hand's too low, my ninja.
Guard up, not below, my ninja.
Nelos don't hold, my ninja.
He's a form, no foe, my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw? What time? Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. It's true. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Left hand too low, my ninja.
Guard up, not below, my ninja.
Nelos no hold, my ninja.
He's a form, no foe, my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw? No.
Right hand from a dream up and he grabs on.
A warrior, is he not?
From a sword to a Glock.
3 minutes each round.
Open threes, get your
He
shot.
can't move, he ain't young.
Think his legs will be shot.
He been fighting too long.
38's get
Prepare
shot.
for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Be prepared for the straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right, straight right. Yo, war room, I'm about to go in. She was what I wanted the most. Young, pretty, and smart, the high IQ type, and she can live up to the hype. I promise she's a knockout, so book her, bet it, a hooker, chat it, her Instagram, forget it. I remember chicks like her, face to face in the prime, all around more than a dime of 15. Even when she dropped to a 12, she was pristine. And when that bitch entered the room, her walk was mean. I mean, she could walk into a ring if she keep doing the thing. And I ain't really wanna press her, but I met her at this conference to later undress her. This broad was a flirt, she be playing, yo, I'm saying. I knew a few other niggas trying to make their way in. I knew a whole bunch of niggas praying we start tanking, but she was so determined. I saw it in her eyes, but maybe it was the bread I was making like rye. I started questioning whys and taking her aside, arguing all night. I'm talking about the fight. Yeah. Hell no, I don't wanna be famous. But when I'm done, you gonna know what my name is. Full counter to the brain where my aim is. Be more the city I'm claiming. Be more is my rest haven. Be more than you, I ain't playing. Be sure I'ma be more than B4 hardcore, I'm saying. I'm a tank, I got bank. I'm a rank, you will plank. When I crank your jawbone, what you think? You won't swim, you will sink to the bottom with them bodies. The last guy went blind, this next guy love bottomies. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Let's go to work. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Yeah, let's make it work. Hell yeah, I'm about to come see ya. Fuck a tank to me, your Prius. Pump the brake and I'll do it for you. With the left hook, I'ma break your boy up, then call his lawyer. I never lost like Pretty Boy. I got B-Hop and De La Hoya. You think I'm soft, I got an answer for you. That's TikTok and Insta for you. Who am I? King Ride, I'm that guy. Line them up, watch them try, then get slumped on your side. The canvas, he's gonna kiss it. So fast the camera missed it. Chin high, he's 5'5". If he jumped, he wouldn't hit it. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt. Let's go to work. Damn, that hurt. Damn, that hurt.
Live, only on Dazn, July 12th. Ring 3. Berlanga versus Shiraz and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Shiraz, Stevenson versus Cepeda. Ring 3. Live, only on Dazn. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Live only on Dazn. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot, and undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Up off it. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Bye. Hi. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? There. There. It's Taco Tuesday. Bye. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz Adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. Let me see, Maria. What's going on with you? Let me see, Clinton Cummings. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man, look, first I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the Taco Tuesday. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for the Devon.
Bring on lips with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The burn man can point.
Hit the Tyson Bell. And I swear before Lord, I don't know what's taking us too long to give it up to the lady. Oh my God. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute, everybody.
Hit the like, get the thumbs up, hit it. Put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Tyson Bell. Yeah, my God. Dun. We outside.
It can happen when you're outside. You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask him if he's alright.
You can, and that's the black George August. A little bit of cream. All right, everybody. Hold on real quick. I think I saw some super chats earlier. Shit. Here we go right here. Charles Baker. He said, put on the fall hat. Or put the fall hat. Wait, put the fall on. That's what you get for just thinking without reading. For the next super chat. Oh, yeah. What happened, dog? A new member. Another new member. Let me see. Who else we got? Who else? Let me see. I had to save money to watch all the fights in July. Yeah. But let's go 100%. I get that, brother. Like, hold on, brother. Let me pinch a penny or two. This one I ain't gonna buy, but July is lit. Let me see. Just turned 27 today. Love you, boy. Shout out to the War Room. Love you, boy. My man turned 27. I remember when I turned 27. My whole life changed around 27. Let me see. First, let's get motivated. Yeah, no, you're right. Hold on. Before we even decide to start speaking, everybody, let's get our motivational speaker up with all the energy in the world to begin this week. Squad up. Let's go. That brother started up like an old Buick. Let me see if he's a Nicaragua. Yeah, love you, boy. Let me see what else we got. Hit the Tyson Bell. Okay. What we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Gervonta Davis. That brother's been on X. And I haven't really been saying much, because honestly, you guys know the War Room. We feel like this. My bad.
Put the fight on.
We mostly feel like put the fight on. All right. But he's been on X, getting at a few people. I'm just going to talk about, how he got at Floyd Schofield, the tweet. He also got on the Roach. Very funny. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Canelo versus Crawford. We'll talk about Norman Bates, Mr. 6 weeks versus Devin the American Dream Haney. We'll talk about Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben. We got some stuff to talk about. We got a look at that. We got some X-Files. We got a few things to talk about. So let's just get to it. Let's get to it right now. Okay. So let's start with, I want to say this real quick before we get started. All right. How did your jobs work out the 4th of July break? You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like if the 4th of July lands on a Wednesday, it's like, damn, some jobs just give you Wednesday off. 4th of July is Thursday, right?
Did they give you that Friday off too, or were they bull jiving and you got to come back on Friday? Because that's impossible. Did they give you Friday off too, or did you have to do it yourself? You're only off on, wait, I'm off the 4th, but you work Friday. You only off Friday. So you have to go to work and then start your 4th. Because Ms. Biz got Thursday and Friday. I got it off. You got Thursday, you got and Friday. July 4th is Friday. Oh, July 4th is Friday. You got Thursday and Friday. Wait, today's the 1st. Oh, July 4th is Friday. Oh, okay, my bad. So you got Friday off. Okay, so you got Thursday and Friday. Okay, yeah. All right, Ms. Biz got Thursday and Friday. It's Friday this year. Okay, I ain't got to, I don't have to go in. Listen, sometimes I don't know what day it is, but that's the beauty of having your own business. Sometimes I have no idea. I call Black Sun. He's like, brother, I'm at work. I'm like, damn, I thought it was Saturday. Like, brother, it's Wednesday. Let me see. Thursday and Friday off. Okay, good. All right, everybody. Another thing I want to talk about. When is the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight? You guys heard when that is? When is that? We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, let's move forward. Let me see. Vanessa, love you, Mr. Ms. Biz. Always bringing the truth in the sports entertainment. You're fine. Love you, girl. Hit the Tyson Bell. Oh, that's my girl right there. Let me see. Foil. Haney wins 3 division championships. Okay, he already has the haters. Then he gets a Pacquiao fight to unify. Give me Floyd Gotti vibes. Sorry, Barrios. Oh, you're talking about a what if? We could do a what if later. If you want to do a what if. I mean, but he's a huge Haney fan. So for him, his what if will only be what if Haney whoops everybody ass and the king of the world. Not what if he gets jawed in the first round and slept against Brian Norman. Like, what happens to his career there? All right, so here we go. Everybody, let's talk Gervonta Davis, Floyd Schofield. What the hell's going on with that?
I king, I do or die king. I take purple to the head like a Viking.
But if you look at our first interview with Bernard Hopkins, when Floyd first got signed, he asked him, in 2 years, give me that fight with Tank. So if you don't think you're on the hit list, you're bugging. And that ain't disrespectful. It's because y'all got talent. Y'all are the champions. And for us to become the greatest of all time, we got to fight the best in our era. So it ain't disrespect. So I don't want anybody to twist it like it's disrespect against you, Shakur, Keyshawn, Mason. Nah, it ain't disrespect. It's actually honor that we calling y'all gods out, wanting to get in that ring and fight y'all. But I seen your message. All you got to do is send a contract, and I know kid gonna stop you. Trust me. Y'all thought I was crazy before. I think I'm crazy now. Send that contract.
Yeah. Hell no, I don't want to be famous. But when I'm done, you're going to know what my name is. Full counter to the brain what my aim is. Be more the city I'm claiming.
So let's talk to the Tank fans. Floyd Schofield III is ranked #1 in the WBA. Gervonta Tank Davis, WBA champion. I'm going to ask you guys just your mindset of what you feel or how you feel about Tank and where you want Tank to go. All right. Like I said, Tank fanboys are different. They have a vision of how they want Gervonta to move. I'm going to ask you guys, if he gets past Lamont Roach and Floyd Schofield III is ranked #1, should Tank fight Floyd Schofield? And does he have to? I just want to know how Tank fanboys think, because I just want to know. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer on if he should, if he's going to. I'm just going to ask you guys, because you guys, it may be enough for you guys that he'll say, call him an F word or whatever on Twitter. That may be a victory for y'all, and that may be enough. He doesn't have to fight him. Yes and yes. Because I don't know. For me, when it comes to Tank fanboys, they don't think about gladiating and being warriors. They kind of think about who got the most clout. And that's how I've seen it. Who has the most bragging rights, who gets paid the most, who's really the face, who got the best hair and stuff like that. And are we put the fight on? Okay. Let me see. If he can unify, then fight Schofield. Okay. Hell yeah, he should fight him. He is #1. Okay. Tank over everybody. That's a Tank thing right there. That's a Tank answer. That's a Tank fan answer right there. So I'm accepting that's the Tank fan. Give me Kerr. Okay. He doesn't have to fight him. Okay. He doesn't have to fight him. He's fighting T.O. That's not, you're just talking. I'm just talking about what you think. Tank over everybody. He have to. Let me see. New member, bye. Does Tank beat T.O.? I don't. Put the fight on. Let me see. Keep the grease off. I'm a Tank fan. He better fight. Okay. All right. That's all I want. That's all I want to know. Is that enough? Now, Tank does he have a heel to climb in that Lamont Roach? We're going to talk about what he has to say to Lamont Roach in a minute, but I think what Schofield Sr. or Jr. actually had to say about his son and Tank, or his son against Kerr or whatever, is a good segue to what he had to say here. I want you guys to check this out. I'm a Tank fan, born and raised in West Baltimore, but he be tripping sometimes, but I want Shakur next. Okay. Into Tyson Bale. Now, listen. Senior, or junior, let's just call him shit. Big skull. Let me see. Crazy take, but Farmer KO's Kid Austin. 9 out of 10 times. That's, who cares? What happened? That's it. What happened was got waxed. Let's just be in the real world for a minute. We'll do what if later. So listen. Big Skull, he said that he used to hypnotize his son as a baby, okay? And it sounds funny. He said he used to hypnotize his son as a baby, which is why he was out of body when he fought Tevin Farmer and afterwards came back to and found out what he did to his friend. He didn't want to do that. But he said because of the hypnotizing technique and practices, he wasn't even him. He was a fighting warrior outside of his body. Now, that may sound funny. I get it, okay? But I want to tell you guys something. There is some truth to what he's saying. When I was practicing martial arts, the whole point of it was to train your physical to get, now I'm not saying this is exactly what Big Skull was saying. I'm just saying to train your physical to get past the physical so you can graduate to the spiritual, where now you're growing it's just your spiritual self, to where that's the state you're in when you're in combat and all those things. Your body is doing things and you're in a different realm. That is really the whole point. That is the whole, where you can have the Buddhists, the monks, and they're stepping on fire and they bending swords on their stomach and stuff, because they're beyond the physical. Now they're in the spiritual realm. That's really, I'm telling you, it's some real shit when it comes to martial arts. It is. Now, it doesn't just happen in martial arts. It also happens when you do anything. My oldest son, I remember he ran a touchdown, and he did a move that was like incredible. He did a juke, right in a pocket, whap, and he was just gone. He didn't even remember it. He just said, Dad, sometimes, I'm just in the end zone. And that's real. It's called getting in the zone, where you don't even realize your body is like, bam, and you're eating, and it's just like, you don't even remember it. Hold on. Let me, a bit off topic, but what's next for Zerto? My second favorite fighter. Love you, boy. Maybe Jake. I don't know. Squad. I'll go Ryan Garcia. Yeah, it may be Jake Paul. If not Jake Paul, then they're talking about Jairo Bataya. Everybody Tank has fought at 35 has been ranked high in WBA or WBA champ at 30. So I think the fight will happen. That was a good. That was a great take. Hit the Tyson Bale. Let me see. Another crazy take. Crawford TKOs Canelo in 2. Retires Canelo, and Crawford will with 1 round knockouts in boxing. Okay, so listen, let me stay on point. So when I play you this receipt, I play Bruce Lee at the end just to emphasize my point. Check this out.
I've been told y'all when Floyd go in that ring, it ain't Floyd in that ring.
Oh, you did say that.
It's a spirit from us hypnotizing him since he was a kid to have him when he go in that ring, he black out. He's not in there. Similar to if you read the book of Jesus when they having a dinner and he tell Judas to go do what he got to do, and Judas says no, and he give Judas a piece of bread, and then the spirit jump in Judas, then he go do what he had to do. It's in the Bible. It's similar to that. That's why when Floyd, after the fight, when he calmed down, he's emotional. He like, I did that to my friend, because now the real Floyd is there, but in that ring, you know, he's this beast. So back to the punch, I think Floyd would have damn near killed that man.
Yeah,
it wasn't Floyd in there. And he was clear open like this with his hands down, his head down, and Floyd looking dead at him. If that ref didn't jump between, he really he could have died in there.
A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
No.
That is the realest shit. I don't hit. It hits all by itself. That's like extensive training to the point where your body is so intelligent, right? That you don't even, it's just reacting. And it's like, holy shit. You see it like in superhero movies when they first get their powers and something falls, and it's like, oh my, how did that happen? It's the same concept, but it's a real thing. I don't know about the hypnotizing shit. That I'm not going to say they're lying. That's on them. But I'm just saying what he's actually generally speaking about is a real thing. Let me see. I think Aang in the Avatar state. I don't know about that. My bad. Lupe, he said Mushin, aka No Mind. Listen to Lupe. Lupe is a 8th degree dragon. Lupe is an 8th degree. I'll be Lupe. I'll be looking at your videos on Instagram, bro. This brother just have the sword. He'll throw a pebble up. You can't even see the pebble. Ping! Be cutting 4 different pieces. So that's exactly, he's right. It's basically muscle memory. And you're just like, how the hell? A lot of times it's fight or flight too. It's fight or flight. Listen, my daughter whooped this girl's ass. I mean, the girl head was bouncing off the lockers. Bam, 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 bam. But my daughter doesn't remember. It was a school bully. Kept messing with my daughter too much. My daughter, she has, she has. Yeah, I don't think you ever get rid of it, but she has scoliosis. You know, that's the curvature of the spine, to where she used to wear a brace as a kid. And she ended up, you know, she wore it all the time. So now her back is straight now. But the bully, you know, that's one of the things that she used to talk about. My daughter with the break opened up because she was training with me since 3 years old. But my daughter doesn't remember. She doesn't remember when she snapped, but everybody who saw it was like, that shit was violent. It's one of those things. Everything I taught her was just coming out. A Manchurian candidate. Yeah, right. Yeah. So what happened when he against G-Iron? He wasn't in that state. He wasn't in that state, bro. It's where you were on stage. Yeah. That's where I was on stage. There was a minute on stage where I was just dancing. And listen, bro. Actually, I was with family. Yeah, you reached the final. You got the glow. You got the Bruce Leroy going on. Okay, let's move forward. Put the straight jacket on. Hey. Hey, hold on. Hold on, dog. Hold on. I'm just trying to think which one I want to use. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna use it.
But you don't remember what they
look.
Where is it?
But you don't remember what
they look.
I can't see it.
But you don't remember what
they look.
But you bought the bottle of beer definitely at 12:15.
Yeah, it was 12:15 exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was.
Now you see something. Now you see now. You done fucked up. You know that, don't you?
Hey, B Unique said nope. Let me see. Muscle memory when you black out and fight is deadly. It is. Dude, I'm telling you, that happened to me. I was on the basketball court. I may have told y'all this, but I never really tell y'all the fights I had when I won. I always tell you the fights I had when I looked silly or whatever. But I was on the basketball court. I told this guy, stop saying the B word, all right? Because he was beating me on the court. I was already irritated, okay? And every time he did something, he was like, bitch. And you know what I mean? So I said, hey, brother, you can go ahead and, do what you do, but don't say that again, bro. And then he was like, all right, check ball. He shot it and made it. Right before he made it, he was like, bitch. And it went, I grabbed the basketball. I walked up to him slowly and went, boom, and bounced right off his face. Now we're fighting, all right? But there was a minute where I woke up when he was falling back. So I hit him with an uppercut, but I just remember him falling back. And when he was falling back, I was like, ah! And I ran up on him, and it was demon time, bro. It was deep to the point where the cops were called. It was demon time. Let me see. I thought his frontal cortex wasn't developed yet. Lupe is right. The concept is that you train yourself to a level. That's right. That your instincts itself would react accordingly to the situation. That's right. Because you want to get to the point where even if you're hurt, you catch them. Even when you can black out. Evander Holyfield said, I think against Foreman, was it Foreman? He said he doesn't remember most of the fight, right? He said he was like, oh shit, the fight's over, but he won. At that point, he don't even remember. He wasn't even there. His body, bam. If you look at the fight, though, it looks like he's all the way there. He's going into the corner, he's talking, but he doesn't even remember. That's that shit, bro. Let me see. Schofield already looked like a dead man at 135 at the weigh-ins. He's going to 140. So in my opinion, what do you think, Biz? Yeah, I mean, according to Tank fans, 140 is way too big. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what Devin Haney would do to Tank. According to Tank fans, you have Devin Haney be Debo for real. Tank fans are like, yo, bro, anything north of 135 is giant level. Let me see. Okay. So let's move on to him and Roach. I want you guys to check this out. What the hell is going on? Is it playing? Dude, is it playing or is it?
After I beat Tank, I'm fighting the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman. There you go. I'm not going to say it again. Y'all can clip it. Y'all can do whatever. That's what I'm doing. You heard it here first. Whoever. At 47. Yes, at 47.
So it's playing. Okay. Let me see. Holyfield looked like Goliath from Gargoyle. Stop. So listen. Listen. He said after, you heard it here first, after he beats Gervonta, he's going to fight the winner between Brian Norman and Devin Haney. All right? Let me tell you how I feel about that. Okay? Now, Tank talking shit about him and all that, very funny stuff. But let me tell you how I feel about that. Now, I almost want Roach to win. I almost want Roach to win, bro. Because you got somebody willing to go up weight classes. So he a weight bully. Oh, especially for Tank, of course. Yeah, he's way too low key. If you got somebody willing to fight at 140 and to keep this up, you almost, because if Roach beats Tank, that means he's just better than Tank. And in that case, you kind of want to see like him versus Brian Norman, Devin Haney winner. That's one. Number two, when he said Tank was too small, then he was too small. Because that's what I saw. If Roach can fight at 147 and he's sitting on that couch looking like me right now, then then Tank was too small for Roach. Roach felt like he was too small. In that case, that was a great trick. That was a great trick. He went down to 130. Went up to where it's like there's no rehydration clause because you're coming up. But he's actually a 147 pounder. That brother, Mr. Fantastic, he jacked. He went down to 130. Right? This man got his ass whipped by Jamel Herring. That is diabolical. Now Tank can't even throw the rehydration clause on the rematch because he's going to really look like a puss. You can't do that now. So oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So y'all right. Tank, he can't go fight above 135. What's worse than a Roach? Nope. No. Biz, you got to stop frying Tank fans, yo. Not everyone thinks like that. Okay, we got to label those other guys pure stands making me look bad. No, fanboys. You're a fan. There's a Tank fan and then fanboys. Don't claim to be a fanboy, bro. You're a fan. The fanboys, they just like his hair, his outfits. They want him to say that he's better than other fighters, but don't actually fight him. He can do whatever he wants. Didn't he do enough? Like they are, boy, them us, right? They'll mess around and say, let me tell you what a Tank fanboy would say. They'll mess around and say he's too small for 140, but Devin can't beat him. And then say him and Jake Paul, he'd knock out Jake Paul and get to the bag. They should fight. Like, it's like, what the, they are whatever you like. They are bizarre. Okay. Let's move forward. We got some X-Files.
Twitter fingers.
Cheese. His name is Cheese.
It's cheese, snitches. X-Files, mother. Okay, so His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he said Devin Haney will fight anyone, and I respect that. Well, I mean, that it's kind of bad timing after the TMZ shit that was released this morning. No. That was bogus. What he said, no, he's right though. That's one thing you can't say about Devin. All right, Devin would fight anybody. He'll fight anybody. And here's the thing: most fighters will fight anybody. Most fighters will fight anybody. They have tank juices all over their face, fam. I swear before Lord, bro, they are insane. Starting to think tanky wanky. Stop. Listen. Except it's not Devin. Brother, you just give Devin the fight and he's going to fight him. Give Devin the fight and he's going to fight him. All right? My thing is, I think he's going to lose brutally, okay, against Brian Norman. But that's not the point. The point is he's fighting him. All right. But I think he's going to lose brutally. I do. And I think it's diabolical. I really do. But I think if he wins, it says a ton. And I think it's the necessary fight, especially for His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, because of how much they cost Turki's brand, right? Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, William Skull, how much they cost this brand. They kind of owe him for that one. All right. So for him to get in a fight where there is no other choice but to be violent, then and he accept that, no problem. It took no time to make the fight. Then it's appropriate. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. What I'm going to do though, Devin will fight anybody, even see, I did not. So without no, listen, dog. Y'all know I don't. That was my fault. I don't speak on that stuff. Okay, but I do want to say. What was I going to say? Oh shit, you messing me up, dog. Hold on, Devin Haney. I'm never at a loss for words, too. Damn. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Devin Haney and Brian Norman. Oh, this is what I want to say to the Devin Haney fanboys. All right, Devin Haney fanboys are probably top worst fans in the world. I am not, for this fight, going to break down how Devin Haney can win. I'm not going to break down Devin Haney's flaws either. You guys can't accept any of that with Devin. I gotta leave y'all Devin alone. What I'm going to do leading up to this fight, once we could get closer to it, I'm going to break down how Norman can win. All right? Because Brian Norman Jr., I don't think his fans are as insecure. So I'm only going to talk about how he can win. But I'm not going to do any analysis on Devin, because the Devin Haney fanboys are really too soft. And that is what it is. It's too soft to hear anything. All right. When I did a bow and arrow effect and I would say correct that, they cried and bitched and like, so I'm not, and I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that argument. All of a sudden, they're Dr. Umar Johnson and we need to celebrate. Like, I ain't got that kind of time. Okay. So I'm just going to break down how Brian Norman Jr. win. I'm just telling y'all this now so we can all just be kumbaya and at least accept my analysis. Okay. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Love you, boy. Let me see. Damn that. Keep it 100. Hell no. Because, brother, Charles Baker, I can keep it 100 with you because you're a 100 type of dude. You're solid. But, brother, I cannot keep it 100 and get moist pussy back. From dudes, I cannot that irritate. Well, I'm keeping it solid and they come back with the black man. I can't have that conversation. You touch a hot stove once, you'll be a damn fool to touch it again. I ain't got that kind of time, right? And making videos, talk about my wife and stuff like I can't deal with them. I really can't deal with them. You know what I mean? Let me see. Keep it a buck. Now, hell no. Y'all say that, but y'all can't accept it. So, hell no. Okay, so let's move forward. Check this out from Turki Al-Sheikh. I can't even read it. I can't see it. So I gotta do this again. I still can't see it. Come on, StreamYard. Okay, here we go. In November Riyadh season, Brian Norman Jr. will defend his welterweight title versus Devin Haney on a Riyadh season card. More exciting surprises to come. Listen, bro. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh isn't slowing down, dog. He isn't slowing down. You saying more exciting surprises to come? I'm down for it. I'm ready to see the surprising. What do you have? What are you working on, bro? Right? I need to know. What are you working on? I need Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia. Let's get it. Let me see. Devin will fight. Bill will sue. Bill talking about he from the streets. That dude will have you spending more time in court than a seasoned prosecutor. I don't know what's be going. No, you gotta pause that, Biz. Hey, yo, no, because that's what's happening, bro. Y'all want me to keep it 100, now you want me to pause it up. All right, you know what I mean? No filter. No filter. Okay. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Oh, we're going to take a break. We're going to do a look at that. All right.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Look at that. Look at that.
We're going to do a look at that. We're going to do a look at that. And I just want to say, just to lead into this video, I just want to say, all right, if you want to create a sport that will have zero black participation,
Turn the volume down, we need to hear the rest. You can hear it, you can feel it. Look at the one the bell tango. I know for sure that my ancestors are like, you mean to tell me that y'all didn't need us for that shit? that y'all just wanted to do that shit? Y'all could have done that with each other. You ain't need to add me to so y'all was doing that. Now, that's some bullshit. That is some bull jive. Y'all could have done that. Y'all this whole time. Y'all could have done that to each other. Y'all sit there. She said Haney still ain't get his man strength. Who said that? Who ain't got no bit? Let me see. Cash out for Omaha. Yeah, cash out. What up, boy? Love you, boy. Oh, crash out. My bad. That's what I said. My only question is if Diddy was a sponsor of the. Hey, speaking of which, the verdict's today, or isn't the verdict? The verdict's coming out, right? Right? The verdict's coming out. Yeah, I mean, I heard that a juror is just sitting on not deliberating. If it's a hung jury, it's over with. Yeah, the jury's deliberating. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, there's a verdict watch. I heard that there's a juror that's like, nope, that man gave me $4 million, bro. He wired me that money yesterday. That brother said, I got that money wired. Yes, I got that kind of time. They talking about life. They talking about temperatures about 100 degrees. My only question is, oh my God, we already did it. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Canelo Alvarez. What the hell? Okay, I can't see it. How am I going to read it if I can't, bruh? Why? Okay, here we go. Turki Al-Sheikh tells Mike Compinger that the tickets for Canelo Crawford at Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium will go on sale Friday, July 18th.
So just so y'all know, all these people were DMing me, emailing me, ShowBizz, when the ticket go on sale, when the tickets go on sale. Now we know, all right? It goes on sale July 18th, all right? I don't know why y'all thought I was supposed to know this, but then there were some of you, I think a couple weeks ago, saying, listen, if the ticket's not on sale, I don't think this fight is real. And I'm like, why? I didn't even expect the tickets to be going on sale right away. Since I've known boxing forever, they had press conferences and say the ticket sales come out, the tickets go on sale Friday and the tickets go on sale this. This press conference was abnormally early, like very early. So, I mean, they had like they went on a whole little thing. Three went to Riyadh and they went all over the place. So, I didn't expect it to be on sale yet, but it's July 18th, just so you know. What I'm worried about is where's the ticket sales for Gervonta versus Lamont Roach? That's the one. That's the one I'm worried. Is that fight really August 16th? Because it's July 1st. That's the one I'm worried about. I wasn't worried about September. I was worried about August. I'm starting to panic. Everybody's talking about Canelo and Crawford not really happening, bruh. That's why I'm trying to get to the fight. That's the black two sugars, bruh. Let me see. That looks like a honky tonky. I'm in that, man, cracking that whip and screaming. So you say you there? Well, you may be right. You get you a big 6'8" brother as cold dog. Just that sport would be over. Let me see. Turki hired his hitman and Norman Jr. before the Haneys even knew. That's what I heard. For stealing his money May 2nd. Okay, well, I mean, but I did hear that it was earlier. I mean, that Haney's, he already was on it. I hate the Tom and Jerry fight. Yep. Haney's will be excommunicado this November. Brother, yeah. I mean, he got to sink or swim. Let me see. You should give away some free tickets, some fight tickets. I'm giving away $20,000, bro. Once we get to 350,000 subscribers, I think my giveaways are strong. Let me see. Do you believe Haney would still be claiming that Debo role, Bill Haney? Because I haven't heard Devin say anything. If Bud was still at 147, and do you think he would have called Bud out? Yes. Because Bill said they have no friends in boxing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't heard anything else from them. I mean, that's y'all could try to say that they're this way or that way. The only thing we get is that they fight everybody. So I mean, that's all I got. Let me see. New member, baby. Yeah, if Bud was there at 147, they would be calling him out too. That's the black two sugars. I promise you. I mean, that's all they're about to fight Brian Norman. You rather get your ass whipped by Bud than Brian. There is no Brian. Brother, why get your ass whipped by Brian? Brian just gave a guy 6 weeks of memory loss with a left hook. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Let me just tell y'all right now what's going to happen, okay? Let me tell you right now what's going to happen. Devin Haney's going to lunge in with a jab to the body. Brian's going to parry it and hit with a left hook. That's in his toolbox. That's what Devin does. Brian's going to wait around for a pause. And then once that jab comes, he's a bam. Going to be he's working on that right now. That's exactly what's going to happen. He just came off of giving a guy 6 weeks memory loss. Brian ain't a big household name. If you fight him, you will fight Bud. Oh, God. At least you get your ass whipped by somebody that, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, that hook's gonna land clean. Let me. What you thinking, Chris and Bealey last fight? Shit, that was. He threw it between the shoulders, right in the middle of the. I mean, he swam without getting wet. He was right there. I mean, his approach has always been aggressive, but now the technique and everything is starting. Now he's getting slippery. Pause. So, I mean, it's fantastic. Now, Charles Baker. Before we talk about Crawford versus Canelo, since we on the Devin Haney thing. Devin Haney, Brian Norman fight, rather. Charles Baker, he had a what if. Hold on, everybody. What the hell, man? I can't find things. I got too many clips. Damn, clips aren't playing when I press it. It's just
time, space, reality. It's more than just a linear path. It's a prism where a single choice can branch out to infinite realities, creating alternate boxing worlds from the ones you know. I am ShowBizz the adult. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
Well, we're going to talk about this. My man said we can't compare Devin's defense to Jen. I'm done because I didn't do that. So I'm done. He doesn't know what I compared. He doesn't get it. That's why I said I'm done. I'm just going to talk about how Brian Norman could get his off, what he should be training, what he should be doing. I told y'all. Done. Let me see. Breaking news. Haney slipped and fell. Sauna out till 2000. Stop. Okay. So Charles Baker, you said, let's go. Charles Baker is saying, what if he goes on that winning streak? What did you say, Charles Baker? What was it? If you could copy and paste. But he was just saying he beats Brian Norman. And then you say, what does he do at 147, or he unifies or become undisputed? What do you say he does? What if he beats Brian Norman and do what? The funny thing is, much love. What belt does he have? The WBA? Much love to them for allowing Devin Haney to be ranked without a fight at 147 to make this fight happen. I mean, shout out to them. Let me see. Jesus. Bro, you the same dude that said Dev pulled out. Because he did. Okay. All right. I'm not going to tell you everything I know. Me posting that was part of helping things go. But there's a reason why I said that, because the negotiations fell apart. I can't tell you what I know. But basically, it wasn't what they agreed to. But then Adrian Clark, AC, made the adjustment with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and got the ball rolling. Don't forget, it was AC who put that tweet out. Why did he do that? So while you're laughing, you just don't know shit. Let me work. When that was posted, some real shit happened. That's why AC said what he said. Like, that was quick. But then he made it happen with Turki. All right? So you don't know what you're talking about. But that's why I said I can't, Devin Haney fan, I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. Y'all just try to see who can I troll, who can y'all fugazi people. Very weak in the legs. Let me see. Brian Nyquil Norman. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Let me see. Devin better make the Shimoni this BM AD. Oh shit. Dude, I got that kind of time. Okay, I thought I saw Charles. Okay, he said beat Brian Norman and unify with Pacquiao. If he beats Brian Norman and Pacquiao wins, somehow Pacquiao wins. If Devin Haney beats Brian Norman, I know what type of fight it has to be in order for him to beat him. I don't think he can run around and beat him, because now they're not just going to they're going to skew the judging on that. If people are born and he's running around, he lost. All right. So I know what kind of fight it has to be in order for him to beat Brian. That means he whipped his ass. If he whipped Brian's ass, I don't need unification with Pacquiao. If Devin whips Brian's ass at 147, do you understand what that says? Because you know what kind of fight it has to be in order for him to win. So if he wins, do you know what that says at 147? There ain't going to be one, unless you're a hater, there ain't going to be one boxing fan that's not going to be like, hey, Devin's that deal. Period. He's already damn near that by taking the fight. But if he beats them at his first time at 147, become champion, ain't shit because there's one thing about fighting a big name of a Pacquiao who's old, but he's a big name. It's another thing to fight somebody young, gritty, the Clubber Lane of welterweight. And you come up to fight him and whip his ass, you ain't shit anybody can say without hating. And that's the Black Two Shook. You want to do the what if? That's what it is, bro. Let me see. If he gives them belt to ass, ain't shit you can say. And speaking of belt to ass, because I got to go in a minute. I got to hit the gym. Check out the training, Crawford Canelo.
No love, no really. My heart so chilly. Attitude too shitty. Fan notes in my city. Infinity stones in my bucket. Rock it once and then chuck it. You can have a hat, it means nothing. Too much love lead to suffering. And I ain't the one to play victim, no. Telling you once, you better listen, go. Thug you out on the kitchen floor. Get you open like a pick and roll. Shoot your shot, girl, to miss the boat. I ain't got time to meet your folks, but I got time to meet your throat. Whoa, slow down. This is not for the romance. This is not for the slow dance. This is not for the whole hands. I just came here to go ham. Don't fall for me, I won't catch you. No sparks flew when I met you. Didn't take much to get you. I'm sure you thought you were special.
No love. No love. No love. No love. No love.
Let me tell you something. They both look extremely smooth. That's what I gotta say about both of them. They both look extremely smooth. Okay. They're just top rated fighters. They just top when it comes to skill. They're extremely skillful. Okay. I'm trying to itch my nose, but people are coke addicts, so they think if I scratch my nose, I'm a coke addict too. But the allergies killing me. But anyway, that's how bad people are in the comments to where you can't scratch your nose if it itch because people are ridiculous. Anyway, they look smooth. My thing is what I saw was Bud Crawford's t-shirt that said Undisputed 4. And I'm like, okay, so there's life after Canelo. He's thinking he's going to be undisputed against Canelo. That's 3 times undisputed, right? And he's going to go for it again. Not it don't have to be Canelo. I'm talking about go back down to 160, 154, something, whatever it is. 4. He's sending a message. Terrence Crawford is trying to beat Canelo's ass, become undisputed, and then do it again. Now that's, but listen, I'm at a point with Crawford where if he gets knocked out in the second round by Canelo, I'm still like, brother, for him to take the fight, he's already one of the greatest fighters to ever live. For him to take the fight when he's undefeated, he doesn't have to do this. He really doesn't. He doesn't have, his money's fine. He got investments. He doesn't have to do this. He lives within his means and everything. He is fine. He doesn't have to do this, bro. He doesn't. To put his undefeated record on the line like that's just, at this point, that's some Sugar Ray Leonard shit. Canelo footwork really underrated. Yeah, he was cutting off the ring and everything. You saw how he was moving. Who would you bring in for sparring if you coach Norman Bates? Shit, who would I bring in for sparring if I coach Norman Bates? William Skull. I would bring out the greatest runners ever because I wouldn't really have too much of a prop. As far as, because you wouldn't worry about Devin Haney's power, right? You'll worry about his jab. So you need somebody with a great jab. So I'll bring in I would bring in somebody with a great jab for, 2 guys with great jabs. And then the third guy that he spar, you know how you spar back to back to back. The third guy is a featherweight and you just got to cut off the ring. That's what I'll be on. I'll be bringing in the fastest, the smallest, quick-footed, so he can just cut off the ring. Let me see. Will this win put Dev back on a pound for pound top 10? I don't believe in. I don't know. I don't do the top 10 I don't do the pound for pound thing. For me, fighter list, yeah. Is that Canelo footage recent? Supposedly, yes. I don't know anymore, but it's supposed to be, yeah. Let me see. Bill, the king of deceivers, Haney. Why? At Duncan, come on home and sign the biz hashtag Black Tojo. Oh yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah, Duncan, come on now. Now I'm showing the logo. Okay, everybody. Real quick, another Canelo Alvarez.
Do you generally like or dislike your opponents?
Generally, I don't give a fuck.
Cussin Canelo. Cussin Canelo is my favorite Canelo. Listen, bro. Everybody who claims to not like Canelo, y'all lying. Y'all lying. Canelo is extremely likable as far as a personality. He is. Now, you may not like the fact that he ducked the Mexican monster. I got that. But Cussinello is everybody's favorite uncle. Brother, Cussinello is undefeated. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Greatest runners ever is nasty work. Dude, I would bring in the fact, because that's the only thing you have to worry about with Devin. The fact that he has that in his bag. You don't have to worry about, I wouldn't think you have to worry about his power, his speed, and stuff when you're Norman. Damn, I can't talk about it. I can't. I wish I could talk about it, man, but my bad. Y'all almost suckered me into being an analyst. I can't analyze Devin. Okay. Another quick look at that. Check it out. To get posterized like that, bro. Hey, brother. Let me see. Dr. King tried to love somebody. Hey, Dr. King, you and DJ, Dark Strokes, I'm working on y'all videos. Y'all little clips. I'm working in my head. Once I get it together, then I'll put it together. Yeah, that right there. Another thing real quick. Conor Ben already training.
You saying, Con? Let's up. You grow.
Conor Ben said he can't wait for September now. Okay. I'm going to say I need to know the stipulations for the fight. I need to know what weight class, rehydration clause. I need to know all of that because my stance is still the same as it was right after the fight. I thought there shouldn't be a rematch. And the reason why I thought there shouldn't be a rematch is because I thought it would be dangerous. What I mean by that is after a fight like that, you're never quite the same. Look at Tyson Fury and Wilder for most recent. You're never quite the same. And who I meant was Chris Eubank Jr. I think is most dangerous for him. He won the first fight, but the youth of Conor Ben, the fact that he didn't have to destroy himself on the scales and all that stuff, it just seems like a healthier rematch for him. Chris Eubank Jr., I think his life meter went down. I do. Though he won, and it was a crazy effort, and it was a beautiful swan song. I think this rematch, I think the sequels are never as good as the original for the most part. Sometimes they are, like Alien's Alien, but for the most part, they're never quite as good. Okay. Some people say Godfather 2 is better than 1. I still think Godfather 1 is better, but it's a good argument. But either way, okay, now that I digress. I feel because Chris Eubank got rocked a few times, and Conor Ben has learned what he could have done down the stretch. But I just don't think Chris Eubank Jr. can dig. I think he was able to dig when we were talking about going to that next level spiritually. I think he was able to do it because it was the one Born Rivals fight. It was like the first one. It was like the one, right? That was built up after all these years. His father shows up. He just could not say die. I think this time he'll be like, I'm straight, bro. I think Bad Boys 2. I like Bad Boys 1. I think Bad Boys 1 was funny. But yeah, that's a good one. I think this time, bro, I think Chris Eubank Jr. would just be like, because before he should have been knocked out the first fight. I saw 2 times he was going, but he just could not. His legs, his spirit just could not allow for it. But this time, dude, B is just talking. Okay, what am I saying wrong? Maybe, maybe everything I said none of it made sense at all. So tell me the parts that didn't make sense. Or are you like, I disagree? So that means Biz just talking. At that point, you're an asshole. Brian McKnight said, happy Father's Day, you all. Brian McKnight said, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, brother. Let me see. Crawford naps within 6. I agree. I saw Eubank get out of the ring. I have never seen someone in that state. His head was sucked in at the sides. Yep. I am shocked they are doing it again. Thank you. The man just sold. He was just done. He was done. Conor Ben was back running the next day. He was all healed. It looked like he was never in a fight. I couldn't believe, like, is he Wolverine? Before you finish, Sam Noakes, Abdullah Mason, 50-55. Tank overrated, finna lose to Lamont. If that happens, I'll be flabbergasted. Shakur will beat Zapata. Jake Paul sleeps Wilder. And oh shit. I'm close. I'm about to start betting on my bookie this week. I'm gonna put some bets in. Hey, Biz, off topic, but I saw Peter Berg, boxing gym owner, on the Sean Ryan show, and casually said he saw Benavidez drop Bivol with a jab and sparring. Yeah, I saw that. I saw people talk about that. I think it's true. Love you stuff, man. Love you, boy. I think it's true. I think it happened. Too many people have said it. Conor been healed like Wolverine after that fight. I don't know if Chris will recover well if the fight stipulations are the same. Yeah, the fight stipulations got to be more healthy for Chris, especially with him winning. That's a sound argument regarding Conor and Eubank rematch. 100%. You think Eubank is done? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Well, is that a question, or is that what you thought I said? Listen, y'all, this is what happens. I need to know, dude. I'm telling you, y'all are like an experiment for me. I read the comments and I'm like, I wonder what do y'all brains do? What do y'all brains do? I'm talking about the stipulations. If he's fighting healthier, at a healthier way, back to his, do I have to explain that? But Chris, Charles Baker, I need to know how do y'all brains? I need to know, bro. That's why I always say brain, because it's like when I said that, how did your brain do that? You gotta wonder, bro. UK blood. Yeah, they fight tough competition early than top ranked fighters. Don't sleep on it. I know, but brother, you hate UK fighters, don't you? but listen, check this out. Paying to get insulted is crazy. No, I'm just answering questions. I mean, I'm just answering questions, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't be bought off into not speaking my mind. I think they shouldn't give him a catch weight dehydration clause. He should come in healthy since he won. I think so too. Eddie Hearn tried to beat him in the negotiation. I think so too. I agree. What do you think about Jake Paul ranked by WBA? Makes sense to me. All right. I mean, makes sense to me. He did beat Chavez, and Chavez makes sense. I mean, you can rank him. Rank him. You can't want him to fight real fighters and then not want him ranked so he fight real fighters. It's like, pick one, rank him so he can fight a real fighter, go to sleep. And let me see. Yeah, I hate UK fighters, true, but Sam is as good as I think Nick Baldwin. Okay, I got you. Hit the tight. I got you, man. Listen, if you want to rank them, rank their asses. All right, just rank Jake Paul so we can fight Zerdo and we can just, you know what I mean, go on about the business. Let me see. Betting odds excluded. This may be the first time Tank is an underdog in the eyes of the public since Pedraza. What do you think? I think he's the favorite, right? I think you look at that fight and you think, that was a one-off. But when you hear shit like Lamont Roach is is willing to fight at 147 against Brian Norman Devin Haney winner, and Tank is uncomfortable at 140, you start thinking. Like, okay, Roach looks skillful. Of course, you take an L at 130 if he can fight at 147. Okay, that's starting to make sense. Right? He was doing shit in there, and when Tank was hitting him the hardest he can hit him, remember? I mean, I can't play the fight because it's PBC and I'm not whitelisted. If it was a DAZN fight, I'd be able to play it for y'all. But Tank was sitting down on shit. Remember when Tank turned up? Do y'all remember when Tank turned up? It was like bam, 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 bam. Remember? It looked beautiful. When Tank turned up, it looked beautiful, but it was sad at the same time because he didn't want to show his all, right? Because if he shows his all and it fails, you see what you saw. He wanted when he showed it all, his all, it was effective. But he got mad and showed his all. And Lamont Roach went boom, 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 and said, and I was like, uh-oh. That was it was around then you kind of see Tank psychologically break, shoulder, take a knee, try to bite his ear. Just, you saw that shit, bro. If you don't believe it was a bite, something happened. He definitely did this, and he definitely took a knee, right? And when he just started to unravel, he dug. And it's kind of like Debo. It's kind of like any bully. It's kind of like, all right, let me turn up. Bam, bam, bam. And he went. And it's like, hey, bro. That was a scary, if you want to be a Tank fan, say, oh, that meant nothing, then that. But for real, that's a moment. That's a moment. That's why Lamont said, oh, he was too small. I'm telling you, it happened with Errol Spence and Crawford. Errol Spence hit with an overhand right. Or it was an overhand left. Said, bam. It was the first round. Terrence Crawford was against the ropes. And it went bam. And Terrence Crawford, he says it himself. He was like, that's it? So he leaned back and went bam. And he said, all the stuff I was worried about, him breaking me, breaking ribs, orbital bones and shit, he hit me, boom. And he was like, it's over. It's over. That's a scary moment. That's a scary moment. Ringwall. Thank you. Love you, boy. Let me see. Never sleep on casuals betting. They only bet on the person they know. Yep. It's easy money, honestly. We about to get rich. Matt. We up. Also, you are not going to get the magic of that again. Eubank, yep, senior showing up in the car. Yep, the door open to their entrance. You won't get. That's why, Dr. King, that's why I say it's the greatest boxing event I've ever seen. People think, you think that was a greater fight than Hagler Hearns? And I'm saying it was a great fight, but it matched the buildup and then it had crazy special moments, right? So Hagler Hearns matched the buildup, but the buildup wasn't as big as for the UK as Eubank Ben name. And then for that fight to match it. But then that moment with the father stepped out. There were so many magical moments where all together, it was like, that is the best thing I lived through. Now, it wasn't Ali Frazier. I didn't live through it, so I couldn't feel it. That was the best boxing event I lived through. I'm like, this is great. Absolutely great. The Jake Paul fight made boxing look like WWE. Yeah, but the event made boxing look like the boxing revolution. So while y'all focus on that, we focused on the cake. Y'all focus, like I said, y'all would comment on my title and not hear my video. Y'all don't check the cake. Y'all don't, y'all don't consume the cake. Y'all just look at the cover, right? So a lot of you guys are looking at Jake. I keep forgetting about the fight. Y'all keep bringing it up. I'm thinking about Floyd versus Tevin Farmer and shit. Let me see. Do you think another fight will damage Chris like Frazier did Ali? Yes. Well, he won't get Parkinson's, but Ali was kind of damaged before Frazier. When he was gone for 3 years and came back. Brother, look at the fight of the century. Look at Ali Frazier 1. Ali ain't have legs at all. And as a fighter, is this kind of damage worth gaining a legacy for? That's why you do it. Only fighters understand that. Only fighters understand that. Us domestic people, we won't get it. Is it worth? Yeah. If you're not willing to do the ultimate sacrifice, if you're not willing to go there, then you can't be a fighter. Chris Eubank Sr. said that. He explained it. He explained it to everybody. Now, people aren't listening, but fighters are different. They will have nothing left. They will keep swinging. Nothing left. They will stand back up. When Tevin Farmer stood back up and said, I'm ready, and stood up again, even afterwards. And it was sad because he got Tourette. So you kind of feel like, dude, but he got Tourette's, right? But you feel like it's because of the punch and shit. Like you just feel bad for him. But even on his Instagram, he was just like, I think they stopped it too early. Fighters are different than you and I. Understand what we're consuming. Let me see. Does Jennifer Miranda have a real chance to you? I don't know. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. Let me see. Do you think that is why Tank acted a bit weird in there? Yep. Like he was deflated. Yep. From not being able to really hurt Roach. Yeah. I think this is why he's training so hard. I think he was like, I wasn't prepared. The thing about Tank is he's extremely smart. Tank is extremely smart, especially as a fighter. He knew that he wasn't ready. He said, I didn't have everything I needed. So now I just got to talk. You ain't going to win, though. They ain't going to give it to you. That's all he had left. That's why he talked so much. That's why he's doing so much talking. If you know, you know. If you're a fight, if you know, you know. If you've been in enough fights, enough altercations, if you know, you know. That's why you're talking. He didn't have anything else. Not for Roach that night, but now he's working on those things. He need to get that drive back. So we'll see for real this time. You worked the hardest you ever did for real this time, and then it looks like Roy Tarver 3, and Roy's in a days and it's like, okay, then Tarver just got your number, bro. Let me see. Just saw on Give Me Sport, Jake ranked 14, eligible to fight. So yeah, they had a face off and everything. Beautiful. He was eligible to fight Zerto anyway because Jake is a name. He's so smart that he's too smart. Yep, to give it his all. He quits because Matt, I've said that a million times. I said that's why Tank has to fight punchers. The problem with Tank is he's too smart. That's why you can hear Tank say after a fight, he's 140. I mean, I didn't want to get knocked out. Tank is too smart. At the end of the day, Tank ain't gonna be in there and just get slapped. He's too smart. He'll mess around and say, okay, let me leave it up to the judges and see. Let me leave it up to my name. Let me leave it up to this. Let me take a knee, and act confused, and they're going to give me the benefit of the doubt. He is too smart. That's the problem. Let me see. First time catching the live in person. Work schedule's been wild. Just wanted to say I appreciate all you do and proud of the impact you made on sport. Keith Flake, love you, boy. Hit the Tyson bell. Matt, that's the Black Two Sugars. Now you're trying to call Tank Shakur. Now y'all trying. Oh shit, man, brother. I'm telling you, their brains. This is the last thing. Eddie Hearn talking about the independence of Chris Eubank Jr.
Team Boxer or Eubank potentially in this fight?
Look, I think firstly, Eubank's made it clear to everyone that he's the only person that acts on his behalf now.
Despite what I've been through, I'm better than I ever been. Scars on my heart can't be covered by my arrogance.
We received correspondence to that effect yesterday, actually, from Team Eubank to say, I'm not signed with anyone. I make my decisions. That's it. So that's a conversation for him to have with Ring and those guys. We have a contract, so I just we expect that to be honored.
I was confused about that. He's himself, but then he's exclusive to Boxer. I don't really know Boxer like that. I'm very confused about that, honestly. I don't know what that was saying. Okay, but I do want to say this. Sometimes you have to be a little stupid to be a great fighter. You gotta be dumb. Ali leaned on the ropes versus Foreman. That's a dumb idea, which ended up being genius. Crawford fighting Canelo. That's not, see, now you're crazy, which means you're great. Sugar Ray Leonard being gone for 3 to 5 years and coming back and fighting Hagler at middleweight for the champ. That is crazy. Duran fighting Hagler coming from lightweight. That's silly talk. Jack Johnson knocking out Jim Jeffries on the 4th of July on the most racist country. Their white champion knocking him out and smiling, showing gold teeth at thousands of people. You must be, and then driving away in your fast car with a white woman. You must be crazy. That's the only way you can be great. That's the only way you can be great. That's the only way you can be great, bro. That's the Black Two Sugars. Let me see. Show out to Dominican Republic. Let's go, Puello. Yeah, I know that's not being brought up enough. that's not being brought up enough. But I mean dumb as far as, I mean, listen. I just mean crazy. Listen, to make fighting your living, something's up. Something is up. Because we're all there. But to actually make it a living, something's up. Something's up with you. To be getting hit, nose broke in camp, can't remember yesterday, pissing blood, hard to walk upstairs, face look like shit, healing back, and then do it again, something's up. That's the difference between, we all think about it, but we never do it. And that's the difference. We're not, that something's up. Something's up. Let me see. Biz, off topic. You see Sean was calling you out. What? Sean was calling. Christina Medusa Duran. What was he saying? Lost to Alicia Baumgartner, who tested positive. She is campaigning for a rematch. Do you agree, Biz? What, to campaign for a rematch? Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely. Campaign for, I mean, she was cleared. She tested positive, but was cleared. So she's fine. But if you on that end and you trying to rematch, yeah, you want it back in blood. Yeah, I get it. Bro, you just described my life. Yeah. Okay. I want to say this before I go. Because the Edgar Berlanga interview with me is about to post in about 7 minutes. So make sure you guys get over there to the channel because I'm about to premiere that interview. I want to say this to Dazn. All right, about Dazn. This is some beautiful shit. I didn't ask for Dazn to release those episodes for me to upload them for the War Room. I did not ask for that. This is beautiful. It's almost like having your masters without fighting for it, without buying it. Dazn emailed me and said, here's the Black Two Sugars all episodes for the War Room. That's how valuable y'all are. I want y'all to understand how valuable you are so you guys can understand the power of being a fan and a customer, a paying customer. Without you, the business doesn't work. Boxing doesn't work. These fighters are no one without you. Don't let them think or make you think that you can be fed shit. Understand your value, War Room, who you are, and how y'all move the needle. I didn't ask for the episodes. I did that on their camera, with their network, on their shit. And they were like, here, for the War Room, release it on your channel. That is incredible. That is incredible. So thank you to Dazn. Shout out to Dazn for that is incredible. Why do that? They just value the War Room. All right. So that is some solid. Your squatter. That is some solid shit. Yeah. Let me see. Playing dumb in there is smart. It's what Floyd used to do. Make little mistakes to make them think, yep, yes, yep, then turn up. McGregor said, yep. First 5 rounds, I thought, why is this so easy? Yep. And I'm going to tell you this. Shout out to the zone, 100%. I'm just totally incredible. It is love. And I'm going to tell you this real quick. I'm going to tell you this. When they call Floyd a runner, Floyd, there's no way Floyd is a runner, but at the same time can be so close that he gets bit on the glove by Maidana. You can't be a runner and get headbutt by Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a runner and be forehead to forehead with Cotto. But to my point, if you're close enough to get bit on the hand, he's in a pocket. I was watching that Maidana fight, and I'm like, even against Maidana, he didn't run. And Maidana got slower feet and everything. Even against Maidana for 24 rounds, he didn't run. Shout out to the War Room. Love you, boy. All right, everybody. ShowBizz for adult. We have the hump day tomorrow. Oh, man. Friday. No, we won't have a Facts Friday. I'll be celebrating with my family the 4th. But we should have a video on Thursday. And I'm out. Hey, hold on. Dope work, ShowBizz. No cap, bro. You deserve everything you're getting, big dog. Even little boy, watch you. I love you, boy. Keep cooking, man. Long live boxing. You ain't lying. It's the boxing revolution. I'm out. Oh man, that was better than the first one.